Hello, John. Just wanted to show you your Maid. Um, the graphics just came in today. We haven't applied them. Actually, I think you just approved the graphics today, and we've already got them. But we have not yet applied them. We have just a little bit of work to do on your trailer that we discovered when we put it back on your trailer today from off of the casters that it was on. And that is this pulley right here has broken, and it was evidently used to hold the front of the boat in place up here. So we don't really like this contraption very much, but we're going to deal with it. And I'd really like to move this winch. Let me know if you'll let me move the winch. I'd like to put a plate up here and move the winch up here, and maybe just grab a hold of your lifting eye to hold the front of the boat, as opposed to this method right here. And then we also decided we better check the wheel bearings before we set off to deliver this. And we got rust. And of course, when we do the wheel bearings, we normally like to just change them anyway. But in this case was necessary to change them because when we opened up this thing, we had rusty water run out of the bearings. So the other thing I wanted to point out to you was that we did a repair of this external shine. I don't know if you recall, but it was broken back here, split back here in this area. And so we formed a new piece, fastened it in place, treated it with, we coated it with epoxy barrier coat to try to fill in the grain, or not to try to, in order to fill in the grain, and then painted it with the Y999 copper, Y999 copper bronze. We also have the hatches. We're going to load those in the back of our truck, in the back seats, so that we don't have to worry about them bouncing out on the way down the highway on the way to your place. Plus, those will need to be off when you're installing your engine. You don't want to install your engine with those in place. Could end up being a real mess. We, as you can see, we did a really nice job of getting rid of the bare wood and trying to blend in where the varnish had completely left the surface at the plank seams back here in the back, where it hung out of the back of the boathouse. And so we got a really nice product on the, considering how bad the sides were, we got a really nice product on the sides. And obviously you can see we got a really nice product where we stripped it down to bare wood and brought it back from bare wood. It took a little extra as well, not only on the sides. The sides were about $500 over the budget. And the decks were just under $2,000 over the budget. There was, I think they put epoxy over the old finish. Certainly that was the case on the transom. So that was very difficult to get off, the old finish was. And then the decks just were wavy as could be. We use a long line sander to sand out all of the variation in the decks, because all those variations would reflect light, not like a mirror like you see here, but the light would scatter and be reflected different directions. So anyway, that's so to get you this finish, that's what we did, is we corrected all those things. We put in about 100 bungs on the sides too that had fallen out, so we did quite a bit of extra work. But we apologize for being late with this product. We didn't anticipate the extra work on the decks and extra work on the sides to get it right. And we also didn't anticipate buying a new 30,000 square foot building. This is just one section of the building. This is 100 by 100 back here. And we have two other sections that are 100 by 75. And so we didn't anticipate doing that. We didn't anticipate having a baby granddaughter and a difficult pregnancy in the process. And so we just paddled as fast as we could and left As you can see from the reflection on the side here, we left nothing to, we made sure that we had beautiful quality. And this is what we're going to be delivering. I don't know if I remember if I mentioned the wheel bearings, but we had rusty water coming out of the wheel bearings. We wanted to make sure we didn't have any problems on the road, and we would have had problems on the road. We had rusty water coming out of the wheel bearings. So we're going to be replacing those. And once you pull a wheel bearing apart, it doesn't make sense to repack it anyhow, really, because the bearings are so damn cheap. Most of the cost of that is labor. So anyhow, only other thing, I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, I went all around the boat. I really don't like this mess here for holding the boat in place up here, but this is broken, and so I'd like to perhaps put this winch seems awfully close to the boat, especially when you're launching and retrieving. I think I'd like to build you I'd like to do like this up here, put one of these, build you one of these, and put the winch out of the way, farther away from the bow of the boat. And so if you'll let me do that, that would be great. I think that's the, the last thing on the update is we also went, well, no, I think I covered everything on the update. So we'll be, I'd like to bring it perhaps over the weekend, but I've got my wife to contend with. So anyway, I think this will be delivered first part of next week. Thank you.